Welcome inside the State Champs Studios for another edition of State Champs at the State Finals. I'm Jonathan Kidd along with Sean Baligian. Sean, we are going to recap the hockey state finals that happened last week.
Well, what a fantastic weekend. I mean, kudos to everybody involved. And John, I know I said it last week, but I got to say it again. The MHSAA and the Volunteers and USA Hockey Arena, First Star, I mean, the way they organize everything and Cody and all his people putting in the work they do, it was awesome. It really was. So thank you.
State Champs at the State Finals is presented by Lawrence Technological University. To learn more about the hockey program at LTU, you can recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com, Sean.
Yeah, great times. We appreciate them being a part of everything around here, and a lot of former MHSAA players have matriculated their way over to LTU, so you got to love that.
All right, let's get right into it. We're going to recap the hockey state finals, and we're going to start in Division II. And Sean, Heartland does it again. They beat Trenton 3-2 in overtime.
Yeah, fantastic game. I mean, tip of the cap to both those teams. That never say die attitude that I think the Trenton Trojans are known for really showed. You know, I think everybody thought that was over. They get a big goal to tie the game, and then, of course, it goes into overtime, and Ian Kotzimo gets the job done. Just a fantastic story there. But really, that was one of those games, John, you hate to see one of those teams lose because what a tremendous season for Trenton. It really was. We said back in December, don't you worry about Trenton. Came this close to adding another state championship. A great job by Chad Clements and his staff. That Aboza kid is really something. He was fun to watch.
And Mikolos behind the net, too.
He was tremendous, no doubt about it. But, in the end, it was Heartland. Ashton Trombley did what you would expect one of the best forwards do in the state, and Cam Reagan didn't lose all year. You know, it was funny. I know you were downstairs with us, and one of the coaches brought Ashton Trombley a big Coke, and he was sucking on it and everything. And I said, all right, what's the story with the Coke? And he was like, I've been drinking water for the last few weeks. I just really wanted a Coke, and we won, and I thought it was time. You're darn right. Get yourself a bunch of Cokes, and I hope all the Eagle fans buy you cases of Cokes because you guys certainly deserve it. But heck of a game, John, and great atmosphere, wasn't it? I mean, you have two fan bases that show up, their student sections show up and make so much noise. It was just a fun atmosphere and a great way to start out Saturday afternoon.
And Heartland, 3 state titles in the last 5 years.
It's interesting when you think back, it's about 10 years ago. Heartland was the team that was always this close. Remember, they were always this close, and I remember talking with Coach Gadwin saying, you know what, you guys are going to break through one of these days. And you know what, point blank, they're the measuring stick now. They are. I mean, with all the success of so many other teams, you throw Trenton in there, you throw obviously Brother Rice in there. Let's not forget about some of the success that Brother Rice has had. I really do feel that Heartland has become the measuring stick in Division II, and year in, year out, one of the best teams in the state. So kudos to Coach Gadwin, everything that he's built out there. It's a labor of love for him. He's a proud Heartland guy, and I said this to him privately. I have no problem saying it publicly. I think Rick's done a fantastic job, and he helps us out in so many different ways. So thanks for that as well, Coach Gadwin.
All right, let's go to Division III. It was Midland Dow taking on Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and the Chargers complete the Cinderella run with a 2-0 win over St. Mary's.
Fantastic. I mean, they were all weekend long. You could see exactly what they were doing. They were packing everything in deep. They were relying on a fantastic goaltender. It's funny, John. I don't know, was it last week or the week before, we were saying, hey, this kid quietly is one of the best in the state. Well, he showed everybody how good. Yeah,
they were saying, put him up for the Wall Award.
He quite frankly, he should have been right up there. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But, it was an outstanding effort from there. You can see why Billy Van Sumeren was on our list all year and is one of our finalists. I thought the game against Calumet was fantastic. I mean, make no mistake about that. Props to Coach Blasey. He's been there for a long time, and they finally get the job done. Here's the thing about Division III. The fact that we had Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Midland Dow in the championship, to me, really hammers home exactly what we were saying about Division III all year. There were a group of teams that legitimately could have claimed we're the best in D3. And those two ended up playing for the title. Tip of the cap to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. It's just a good, solid, deep team. But in the end, it was Dow that got it done and deserving state champs.
Yeah, I was on the ice during the celebration, and Dick Blasey was talking to his team, and you can see the emotions from him when they won that state title.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I saw that footage. Great job as always. The Energizer Bunny running all over the place, getting shots and everything. But no, I saw that, and you're absolutely right. It's been a long run for him, and you think back to so many teams that have been this close. We were just talking about Heartland in Division II, and Dow finally punched that ticket, and forever will be known as the Division III champion in 2022. But I got to say again, John, boy, was Division III fun. It really was, and those games on Friday kind of showed that. A tip of the cap to De La Salle, a tip of the cap to Calumet. You give Dow all the credit in the world, because you know what? I think a lot of people, I'll just use me as an example, I thought it was Powers and De La Salle in no particular order, the two maybe favorites. And you know what? And then they went out and beat a darn good Calumet team, and then they went out and beat Orchard Lake. So, props to them, no doubt about it.
And now to the Division I final between Detroit Catholic Central and Brighton, and the Shamrocks win another state title with a 5-1 victory.
It's interesting. Our very first show, which seems like 1,600 years ago, but our very first show, I talked about this might be one of the deepest teams that CC's ever had. And you and I had the conversation. I think there's a difference between deep and great. You can talk about being deep, but greatness is something that you achieve. And that's exactly what Catholic Central was able to do this year. You saw their depth play out. It just grinds you out. It wears you down. And I think they did that to Brighton. I thought that Apple's line in particular, and Apple as an individual in particular, were spectacular. That's when the game started to shift a little bit. They really started to assert themselves in the second period. And then, as I mentioned, that depth started to show. You get Hubenschmidt jumps off the bench and gets a big...
And he played with a sprained wrist.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. That's the type of stuff, you get that productivity from everywhere, and you get some guys that are maybe a little fresher than the other guys in the third period, and we would be remiss if we didn't talk about their defense core, and we would be remiss if we didn't talk about both their goaltenders. Masters was outstanding in the win against Midland, and Gelda was outstanding against Brighton. Brighton was one of the hottest teams in the state, and I personally, I said so many times, boy, I like this Brighton team. The best is yet to come for that team, because those sophomores, whether it be Levi, Duffney, and Pettit, those kids really grew all this year. You give a special shout out to Nick Baker, who had a tremendous season.
Yeah, he was a finalist in our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year.
Absolutely tremendous season. Kurt Kavisto as always did a great job, but in the end, Coach Cal and his group, no doubt about it, Division I champions again.
And finally, we had the girls' hockey state final, was also played at USA Hockey Arena.
I thought it was great to have them over on the Olympic ring. It really was, because I was walking between the two rinks, and got a chance to see some of that and sit in the back, the very back, and watch some of that as well. I hope that's a tradition that continues. I'd love it if they could put it all on the same day. Maybe even mix that in with the guys' games on the NHL rink. It'd be fantastic. The game is growing. The game is in a great place, and we use the comment all the time, there's more here. Well, there definitely is more here, and you saw that talent on display all weekend long at USA Hockey Arena.
And congratulations to Grosse Pointe Woods University Liggett. They beat Livonia United 7-2 for its second straight girls hockey state champion.
And it's only going to continue to grow, John. It was great to see so many fans there, and I know Livonia was there. I know some of the Northville people that were there, so it's great. But in the end, give the props definitely to Liggett.
And Sean, the women's hockey program is starting here at Lawrence Tech, and they have a few recruits from Southeast Michigan that are coming here.
I love to hear that. Again, it's all about the game, and there are so many young ladies out there playing that have that opportunity to continue their career at at many of the women's places all over the university landscape. So continued success to the game.
To learn more about the women's hockey program at Lawrence Tech, you can recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. So, Sean, that's it for the 2021-22 hockey season.
I think I'm going to go home and nap for about 3 days, and you're probably going to nap for 4 or 5 days, but
maybe 5-6 months.
Yeah, right. Another fantastic year. Thanks to everybody out there that helps us, the coaches and the athletic directors. We can't do this without you, and most importantly, the kids that go on the ice and give everything they have. It's all about you. Thank you, because if you're not playing, we're not here talking about you playing.
So that's it for State Champs at the State Finals Hockey Edition. Congratulations to all of our state champions.
State Champs at the State Finals is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit ltuathletics.com and recruit yourself. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Pros. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. The Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, mihshockeyhub.com. Warrior Hockey. For all the latest on Warrior Hockey products and players, go to warrior.com. High Sticks. For custom jerseys and apparel, go to highsticks.com. EA Graphics. Get your official MHSAA championship merchandise at shopmhsaa.com.